The first sign is a separation between physical intimacy and emotional connection. For someone who truly values closeness, intimacy usually comes with thoughtfulness, caution, and a need to feel emotionally safe. Intimacy is not merely an act, it is also an expression of trust. On the other hand, if someone enters intimacy too quickly, too comfortably, or as if it is simply a familiar routine, you may sense a certain distance behind that ease. What matters here is not confidence, but the lack of emotional depth. She may be physically present, but not truly open-hearted. In that case, intimacy does not create connection. It becomes only a passing moment. The second sign lies in the way she talks about men and past relationships. Language often reveals more than a direct confession. A person who has gone through too many shallow connections may speak about men in a generalized way, seeing them more as types than as unique individuals. Statements like, "men are all the same," or "they always do that," show that experience has turned into judgment. If, when talking about her past, she often compares, mocks, jokes, or mentions many people lightly, it may suggest that those relationships no longer carry much emotional weight. When memories of former partners become only funny stories or examples used to judge the present person, it is worth considering whether she has become used to moving through connections without deep attachment. The third sign is a constant need for validation. Someone who lacks a strong inner sense of value often seeks worth from outside attention. She may care deeply about likes, comments, messages, compliments, and male attention. Social media is no longer just a place to share life. It becomes a measure of desirability. Every flirtatious message, every admiring glance, and every compliment brings a temporary emotional high. But that feeling quickly fades, forcing her to seek more. The issue is not enjoying compliments because everyone wants to feel appreciated. The problem begins when outside validation becomes the main source of self-worth. Even in a relationship, a person like this may still need attention from others, despite already having a committed partner beside her. This makes emotional safety fragile. The fourth sign is emotional disconnection. True intimacy is supposed to bring two people closer. But if someone has become used to separating emotion from closeness, she may build a wall that is very difficult to cross. She is not necessarily cold from the beginning. She may still be attractive, cheerful, charming, and good at creating a sense of connection. However, when the relationship needs to move into deeper emotional territory, she pulls away. Honest conversations, vulnerability, serious expressions of affection, or long-term plans may make her uncomfortable. She keeps part of herself outside the relationship, as if she is always preparing an exit. This is an important sign because a relationship cannot survive on attraction alone. Without the ability to share real emotions, everything may remain on the surface, no matter how long two people stay together. The fifth sign is that her past always sounds unclear. No one is required to reveal every private detail, but constant avoidance often says something. When you ask about past relationships, her answers may feel scattered, lacking clear timelines, or changing from one conversation to another. Some periods may be left blank. Some people may be described as just friends. Some stories may be minimized with phrases like, "it was nothing serious." Vagueness is not always an obvious lie. Sometimes it is simply a way to prevent others from seeing the full picture. A person who has truly matured from the past can usually speak about it calmly, with enough honesty, without showing off and without unusual avoidance. But if the more you ask, the more the details fail to match, and the more you listen, the more empty spaces appear, then caution is necessary. The sixth sign can be seen in her environment, friendships, and lifestyle choices. People are often shaped by the places they regularly go and the people they often spend time with. If she is close to a group of friends who treat male attention as an achievement, normalize uncontrolled nights out, and see short-lived connections as ordinary, then that environment will influence how she views love. This does not mean that someone who enjoys going out is automatically untrustworthy. What matters is the repeated pattern and the values behind it. If every weekend revolves around bars, parties, high temptation, and low accountability, it may suggest that she is used to living on external excitement. Even her online image, the type of content posts, and the way she interacts publicly can reflect her priorities. The final sign is long-term dissatisfaction. Some people receive a great deal of attention but still never feel fulfilled. They become bored quickly, lose interest easily, and constantly need something new to feel attractive and desired. When someone is used to being pursued, stability can begin to feel boring. A sincere partner may offer safety, but that safety may not create the same excitement as a new pursuit. As a result, they can fall into a cycle. Seeking attention, feeling temporarily satisfied, becoming empty again, and then searching for more. This dissatisfaction does not only appear in love, it can also spread into lifestyle choices, constantly changing appearance, chasing trends, and needing noise to avoid facing the emptiness within. These signs should not be used to condemn or label anyone. A person's past does not automatically determine their value. What matters is whether they are honest in the present, whether they are capable of commitment, whether they respect boundaries, and whether they truly want to build something serious. Someone who has made mistakes but has grown from them can still love deeply. On the other hand, someone who is attractive and says beautiful words can still hurt you if they are not ready for commitment. When entering a relationship, observe with clarity how they approach intimacy, how they speak about former partners, and how they seek attention. How they open up emotionally, how they describe their past, what kind of environment they choose, and how they respond to stability. These things will give you a clearer answer than any promise. Thank you for listening attentively. I am Dr. Mia, a consultant at LoveWell, and I will end my sharing here. Goodbye, and see you again.